But I'm really glad I'm here today to share you about the Teletech story. And yes, 2005 we came into the Philippines just a few employees, but right now we are about 25,000 across the Philippines with 19 locations. And I'm here today to share to you my story, my experience in Teletech, and how we came about the health and wellness program of the company. So, before I start, I was talking to some of you earlier, and you might have noticed the extreme sunburn, and I promise you I'm not dying. I went to this island last weekend, and beautiful island, Siargao, and we had our turns there. But it's also a good segue for me to say that our company supports health and wellness and work-life balance. Thus, like a few years ago, we transitioned from separating the vacation leaves and the sick leaves to PTOs. Thus, you can convert some of your sick leaves into PTOs and you can get more vacation leave. So, thank you to our company for doing that. I am Paul Doctolero. I'm the Executive Director for Regional Support. And I started out as an agent. And when I went during like 2005, before going to the industry, my take-home pay was about 7,000 pesos. When I went to the industry, it doubled up. But at the same time, I was open to more vices. I started smoking, I started drinking, my spending habits were obscure, and really, my eating habits were not good. So, a lot of this changed because of reasons. And I'd like to piggyback to what Daisy said about having reasons to change. And it changed because of these two little cute monsters here. These are my kids, and I would say I wanted to live more to be able to support them and give them a choice on what they are doing in the future. But I won't be able to do that if I don't change my habits. So let me just read a couple of surveys that I got from risepeople.com. 89% of the millennials prefer perks and benefits versus the pay. That's happening. In the next 5 or 10 years, your workforce will be millennials. If you don't have a company health and wellness program, it will be, it will be disastrous not to say and not to have a health and wellness program. 60% of employees suffered from burnout of jobs. Can you look at the person beside you? Does it look like burnout of job? Hopefully not, right? Now, she's part of the 40% of your workforce, not burnout. 70% have improved their physical environment, or 70% of employers have improved their physical environment to encourage healthy lifestyle. 60% of employees have agreed they have a healthier lifestyle choices because of their company values. 38% of wellness programs participants reduce their sick days leave. If you have something like a health and wellness program, they're participating, it's proven. You'll have people convert their vacation time, convert their sick time to vacation time instead. 89% of workers of companies that has a great health and wellness program comment that their company is a great place to live with. Now, I'm going to share to you our journey. And every goal has its mission. And we want to make sure that we cover all aspects. Initially, we were starting with an HMO card as the basic, right, for the Philippines company. But we are going to target the mind, body, and financial aspects so that our employees can live well. Here is our mission. We are Teletech. We are about 20,000 or 25,000 in the Philippines across 19 locations. And it's very, very important we deliver a consistent messaging across everyone. Consistency is the key. You can't do it in one department and not do it in the other department because there will be precedence, right? Although it is also encouraged, you started out also in a small group. But if you're ready to launch it, make sure that we are consistently delivering the message to everyone. But now that we have established the goal, the mission, and what we believe to, mind, health, body, finances, right? We needed to know where we are first. And this is how did we do that? We needed data. We needed to know what the current situation is. Sometimes we get a lot of ideas. We throw cards in the wall hoping something would stick, right? But we want to be accurate in what we're doing. So surveys, claims analysis, and annual physical examination are the things that we are doing so that we would know, hey, where is our current workforce right now? So in terms of the health risk, clearly we have defined obesity, smoking, and stress are common, especially in our industry, working at night. Your normal 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. is our 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yes, we're, the graveyard shift, right? It's not uncommon any during these days now. We also have identified the issues and claims are driven by, or the claims from our healthcare or health card are driven by hypertension, gastrointestinal issues, and asthma. And what do we need to do, right? We need to attack or develop things that would be country-specific, especially for APAC region because we have different habits, right? Second is behavioral change. We need to develop something that would change the behavior. Then lastly, education is very important. The why, the reason, the education, and the how. So you already have the why, the how, and let's get to action. So after having a mission, a vision, the data to back it up, we develop a strategy behind what we are going to do. So from the benefit side of it, from the clinic side of it, and we have also the clinic management and the health and wellness side. We will be focusing on different programs, different activities that would, again, help us in the mind, the health, and then the finance aspect of it. This is we've discussed that earlier. I'll move forward. So when we started, we said, hey, a lot of people are in tobacco use, and a lot of our people are having poor sleeping habits. Financial imprudence were, lacking. I mean, you get a lot of money, you're young, what are you going to do? After shift, go out, right? Unhealthy diet, stress, and physical activity. But from there, from the mind, body, and finance, we had developed programs that would attack those targets or those things that we have. For example, smoking cessation programs. I was a smoker for 17 years, and just recently, like four years ago, after enrolling in our smoking cessation program, it was hard. It was not an overnight thing, but I was able. I'm 4 years clean now, and was able to say, yeah, I've quit smoking. My poor sleeping habits. We also have seminars. We will develop a program for that, and make sure that people are aware. And how will you be able to have a good sleeping habit, especially when you log out in the morning, like 6 a.m. Right? The sun is up. What's the right environment? Frankly speaking, not a lot of homes in the Philippines have air condition, even though we are a tropical country. But when you talk about our workforce, it's not common for them to have that, right? For our workforce to have that. But you can still control the environment and put in the right discipline by having, hey, a right schedule, the right discipline. What do you need to take first before you sleep or whatnot? What you need, water, milk, or a hot tea to be able to help you out with that. Now, financial imprudence, we tapped in one of the speakers, for a renowned speaker for the industry about financial wellness, a coach. We tapped on Chinky Tan. And because the common notion sometimes is that you have different companies coming to your companies and say, hey, we're going to offer a financial wellness seminar, but at the end of the seminar, there will be some, there will be some other agendas behind it. But this time around, we wanted to say to our workforce that, hey, this is entirely an event for you to learn how to save up money, how to manage your finances, and fix that. So all of this combined Um, and I was getting ahead on my slides, but we also have meditation and yoga for the mind, emergency preparedness. And I'd like to tap on this. We need to make sure that people are also developing themselves within your company. See, so we say health, we say that, if a person knows that they are valued and they can grow with the company, it will be more likely that they will be staying within your company. So we have build programs. When we say build programs, we gather we gather the high performing representatives and make sure that we give them the advanced training, what they want to be in the next 5 years within their career, regardless if they stay within the company or not. We make sure that there's a professional development activity that's happening. We also have developed a communication platform wherein if you are an agent or if you are eyeing for a position with a company, you create this profile. It's called I Aspire, and it's like Tinder of the job hunting game, right? If there is a profile that comes up, hey, I want to be a QA supervisor, I want to be an operations manager, it will reach out to you and say, hey, look, there's a QA position that's open right now. Why don't you apply? Because it suits your profile. Look, there's an operations supervisor that's open right now. Why don't you apply? There's a profile for that. So that's part of our strategy for the mind. Now for the body, we have enrolled, we have partnerships with Gold's Gym and different areas. Not all of the Gold Gyms are available in the provinces, right? But we make sure that there are people who we partner with to make sure that this is consistent across all of our companies. Now, we also have a smoking cessation program. The finance piece is the educational seminars that I'd like to highlight here. It is very important. So, I don't know about you, but in a common Filipino family or in my family, I wasn't taught that, hey, when you grow up, save money and have a business and do this. Common Filipino would be like to say, hey, when you grow up, look for a good job. Right, correct? But that's the culture, right? And having that financial literacy and making sure that, hey, we strike a balance between having a good job and making sure that the resources that you get from the good job is spent well is another thing. So it is important that, when you are young, when you doubled up your salary coming from the regular day job going to the BPOs, right? I was telling a story earlier. It doubled up my salary from 7,000 to 14,000 pesos when I went in the industry. So I felt I was rich, but when things happen, you apply for a credit card, you get easily approved, right? And then you get these signs and wonders. You sign and then you wonder what happened. So it's if you don't have the right education platform or right notion on how to spend and use your credit cards, it will be difficult for a youngster like me to fix my spending habits. So program evolution, I would say it's not an overnight thing. You needed to have a goal, you needed to have a data, you needed to have a communication strategy. You needed to make sure that when you communicate it, at first you also have to have incentives behind it. And when things are not working, you need to have people drive it as well. You need to have living examples within your company. If the leaders aren't, doing it, it needs to start from the leaders as well. Be an example of who you want to be within your organization. Next is if things aren't working well, be open to changing it, customize it to what we can do so that it would fit your current situation in your company. Probably because of the change in the law about having smoking areas within your company has changed. Do we still continue to strike a balance between smoking cessation programs or doing right balance on diet, right? Because employees are now spending more time in the cafeteria versus in the smoking area, right? These are the years, and over the years, the changes that we have done, right? So you have 20,000 or 2012. I'd like to highlight the launch of our employee assistance program in 2013. It is tremendously beneficial for everybody, especially on the mind aspect, right? We have partnered with a third-party provider. If you are an employee of Teletech, you'd be able to contact them for legal matters, psychological, if you have also, want to consult psychologically, it's available. And the best thing about it, it's just free. We are offering that just to make sure to release the stress, the unnecessary stress that our folks are experiencing. I wanted to highlight also in 2017, so in 2016, smoking cessation program. In 2017, it's unheard during that time in 2016 and 2017 that you can enroll your LGBTQ partner into as your benefit or as a dependent, I mean. And we noticed that things are available, right? And we cannot exclude the groups for any group, any society from getting the benefits of health. And we talked to our team. We made sure that people are aware that this is happening. And now the LGBTQ coverage or the domestic partnership is covered by the dependents for our HMO. In 2018, Chinkitan, I already mentioned that before. But at the same time, we wanted to make sure that it is not just one session. We are continuously developing and sending out reminders for our teams in terms of communication. So we have our own internal website for our employees for them to look out to the health and wellness programs. So that's the communication piece. We partnered with different organizations, say for example, a bread distributor offering 10% discounts on their products. We partner with the transportation organization so that our agents would have, or our workforce would have discounts on their transportation and be able to save up from their daily expenses. So all of these things combined, beside the education, there is an ongoing effort from the leadership team to find partners that will be able to save or help our people save from their daily expenses. And that's our way of helping out everybody from our workforce. I already mentioned about the employee assistance program. You might not see it yet, but there's a tremendous number of people who are linking up or who are communicating with this platform. They still want it to be anonymous, but at the same time, even though it's still anonymous, we still get the traffic. People are still reaching out to the third-party psychologists and lawyers. So, none of this is going to be possible without a core team that would help us out. And I'd like to acknowledge some of them who are here right now. Could you please stand up, guys? Lawrence, Sheena, and then Jess. These are the teams who are in charge of all our health and wellness benefits. So if you have anything that you would like to, for us to discuss later, please do not hesitate to reach out to us, because we're openly partnering with different companies to be able to make sure that we bring the best out of your company and our company, and the end result will be helping out our workforce. Some of the pictures that we have here, blood donation, sports fest, and exercise. And the run in sync earlier, the video, that's continuously happening. Those are the activities that we have for our team. Financial wellness talk with our renowned speaker. And then because of that, finalists for the Asia CEO 2018 Wellness Company of the Year. exploring all of these things. It doesn't end there. We are committed, and let me also tell you that we are also Aon Best Employer for 2018. So with all of these things, we're continue to be committed in bringing health and wellness to our workforce. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Paul Doctolero.